What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Racy Podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So today, guys, I just want to speak to you about the Harry Potter series. They have revealed the three main characters that are going to play Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Yep, they finally revealed the kids that they're going to play these characters for years to come, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see how this series turns out. Hopefully they do cover a lot more than they did in the movies, but let's see how that turns out, man. This series has got to be good, man, because if it's not, like, if they try to include stuff that wasn't even in the book, or maybe they're just trying to add something just to please some certain crowd. I feel like it probably is going to get a lot of hate, to be honest. And HBO is the one who's making this series. I have to give them a chance, man, because this is the Harry Potter series, and hopefully it turns out pretty good. Some other news: The Last of Us season 2, that did not turn out very good at all. And that's what I'm hoping for the Harry Potter series, man. Hopefully it's even better than that, man, because The Last of Us season 2, it was just not good. It got a lot of hate right after Joel died. Yeah, he did die in episode 2, and yeah, it's just the show just didn't seem good after that, and that was the main reason why it lost a lot of viewers. It lost a lot of fans as well, just like how it was for the video game when that came out back then in 2020. Yeah, what a horrible time, man. That was like a very horrible time for gaming, and also like that was COVID time. The Last of Us 2, it came out and it wasn't good. The story was just ruined. They really thought that they were doing something great with the story, but nah, man. Killing off the main character like in the very first hours of the video game wasn't good at all. It wasn't good for business. It wasn't good for the player. And the crazy part is they made you play as the actual person that killed Joel, which was crazy. And they try to force you to like this person, and I feel like it just didn't work. It just did not work out, and that's why it got a lot of hate. But going back to the Harry Potter series, I'm just hoping, man. I'm really hoping that this show is actually pretty good. I think that J.K. Rowling, there was news that she was going to be a part of this series, but I don't think she isn't anymore. Because I read somewhere like a few podcasts ago, I read something to you about that the writers, they were really going to listen to what she has to say, on like some things that she wants to do, or like some certain scenes that she wants to include in the TV show, and they're not going to listen to her. And I don't think that she's part of the series anymore. I don't think she's not going to be working behind the scenes on it, which is insane. It's insane because wouldn't you want to have the actual creator of this world to actually help you on the series, to actually create something that they always thought about making, or the whole movie itself? Yeah, that's just bad. That's just horrible, man. I know that J.K. Rowling has her opinions on stuff, and people don't like it, but she is the creator. She's the one who created this world, this wizarding world, and you gotta respect it, man. You have to respect what they do. If she didn't make these books, then there would not have been movies, there would not have been video games, and there would not have been a TV show being created. So yeah, it's important that they listen to her and try to come to an agreement, but it seemed like they're just gonna try to go over the books, and hopefully they do it justice, man, because that would really suck if they don't. It would really suck, and hopefully they don't repeat it like how they did with the Last of Us TV show, because that was horrible. To be honest, even though I did not like the video game, I think like the game aspect was just way better than the TV show. I feel like they just made it more horrible on the TV show, and yeah. Also with the casting of Bella Ramsey, to be honest, I feel like maybe she was miscasted. She wasn't the right person to play Ellie. But that's the person that they thought that can play Ellie, and yeah, it is what it is. Bella Ramsey, they became Ellie, and lots of people, man, lots of people on the internet, they just didn't like her because just the way she looks. And I do not, I'm not one of those people that just goes after the people's looks, but just the way that she was playing the character, it just wasn't similar to how it was for the Last of Us Part 2 game. Yeah, I feel like maybe somebody else could have done it better, but that was the person that they got, and that's what we got for the TV show. Even the girl who was playing as Abby, Caitlin Dever, I think that's her name. I feel like she looked the part. She looked like Ellie, right? And maybe she could have pulled like a better character for the Ellie character, but no, she's actually playing as Abby, like the actual villain who killed Joel. And since they are breaking the second game in 2 seasons, on the third season they are going to focus on Abby's perspective, like in the first 3 days of her being in Chicago, and that's what we're gonna get for season 3. I think by that time, man, when that season comes out, I think a lot of people will be gone. They will not want to see the show anymore, because we're probably gonna have to wait at least like 2 years or so to actually watch the third season, and people were already going away from this TV show. Like, they did not like how this season turned out, and maybe they would not want to see like Abby, like the actual person who killed Joe, and yeah, and they're going to try to make everybody care about this character, which it does suck, because Joel, man, Joel was was the main guy. He was the main protagonist of this TV show, and like I said, I always keep on saying, like, once I always talk about The Last of Us Part 2, like, it just wasn't earned. Like, his death, Joel's death, wasn't really earned, because the first time they ever met, both Joel and Abby, Abby already killed him just like that. It just wasn't good, man. It just wasn't good storytelling, and I just wish they could have done it better if they wanted to keep Joel actually dead. But yeah, that's how they did it in the video game and also on the TV show, which does suck, man, because yeah, lots of people did not like it, and also me. I did not like it as well. But that is what we got. Now, another thing I want to talk to you about is the Fantastic Four movie. The runtime for this movie is going to be 2 hours and 10 minutes. They've actually have revealed how long the movie is going to be, and that's how much I was expecting for this movie to actually be. To be honest, most of the movies today, they always go over the 2 hour limit, and 2 hours and 10 minutes, yeah, I think that's fine for this film. I'm hoping, man, I'm hoping it actually turns out, and Pedro Pascal, he's playing as Reed, as the leader of the Fantastic Four. Hopefully it is good, man, because Fantastic Four, the original movie that came out like in the 2005ish or 2004, Yeah, I did enjoy that movie so much when I was little. I remember seeing it in the theaters. Man, I used to like that movie a lot. Like it was so cool. And hopefully this turns out pretty good. It takes place in the 1960s, and I think they're gonna go like maybe like a few years later after they receive their powers. This is not like an origin story. That's what I heard about this movie. It's not an origin story. We're actually just going to see maybe like a few years into them like having their powers. But yeah, let's see how it actually turns out, man. But I am excited for to see the Fantastic Four First Steps movie. Now the other thing I want to speak to you about is about the movie called Bring Her Back. This movie is the same creators that created the movie called Talk to Me. Have you guys seen that film? Talk to Me was actually one of the best films I saw. I think last year. I think it was. It was like some YouTubers that created this movie Talk to Me, and it turned out pretty good. It was liked by the critics and it was liked by the audience, man, and it turned out pretty good. Now this movie, Bring Her Back, the audience score is still unknown, but the critics is at 87%. That's pretty good, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited to actually go see this movie. It seems like it's going to be a good movie. By the trailer that I have seen, like the one I saw before actually seeing Final Destination Bloodlines, I saw the trailer and it turns out that and it looks like it is going to be pretty scary. And 87%, that's pretty good, man. I wonder what the audience are going to give this film once it's out. I probably might review this movie once I go see it on theaters. But I want to say go see it, man. Bring Her Back. That's what it's called. Even the the freaking image, like the main cover of the film, it kind of looks creepy in a good way. An A24 film. Jesus, A24 has been taking over, man. A24, it's just everywhere, to be honest. A24 has been making a lot of great movies, mostly like in the horror genre. And let's see, man, how this one turns out. And now the last thing I want to speak to you about is about Jackie Chan. He said he's ready to make Rush Hour 4. He says right here, hurry up, otherwise Chris Tucker and I will be 100 years old. We'll be old man doing Rush Hour. He's just making a joke because they are taking a long time to actually create the script, man, because it would be awesome to actually see them at least one more time before they actually retired and they cannot do any more movies anymore. Rush Hour is just a very successful franchise. It's almost kind of reminds me of Bad Boys. And Rush Hour 4 will be awesome to actually see Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan doing their cop stuff for one last time in this movie. It'll be awesome to actually see them, man. And yeah, guys, that is it for this podcast. Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you guys have made it this far, make sure to follow this podcast in whichever platform you are listening to it. If you are listening to it on Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, make sure to follow it and also recommend this podcast to a friend or neighbor that actually likes listening to stuff about combat sports, pop culture stuff, and horror stuff. Maybe they will enjoy this podcast as much as you do. And yeah, guys, that is it. Take care and live to the fullest. Bye.